In today's lesson, we will examine relative dating, which is a method that gives clues about the age of fossils and sedimentary rock layers. Like a detective, students will work with clues and try to piece them together to figure out some of the events that happened in the past. Have the students study the diagram in Part A and try to figure out the events that likely occurred from first to last. Most likely, the first event would have been sediments were laid down by water in flat layers. The next event is a little harder to determine, but most likely one section was pushed up by pressure below. If the sedimentary layers were fully hardened, they would have been cracked or broken by the underlying pressure, but if the sediments had not yet hardened, it would be easily lifted. The third event was probably that the layers were hardened by cementation and pressure. Finally, the canyon was eroded by water, such as a heavy rain. There are other possible sequences. Have the students study the diagram in Part B and try to determine the correct order in which the rocks were laid down. Most likely, the lower slanted layers were laid down as flat sediments with sedimentary J on top. Then these layers were uplifted by underlying pressure, producing unconformity. Later, sedimentary L through Z were laid down as flat sedimentary layers. The igneous intrusion would have probably occurred after all the layers were deposited, either when hardened or still soft. The gully would have occurred last, as it extends through all the section of rocks. There are other possible sequences.